Welcome to the world of Pop, brought to you by Joshua and Jordan, owners of Pop Coffee Roasters. Say hello, Jordan.
How's everybody doing today? I hope I hope good.
I'm good.
Good morning, good
Are you good?
evening, or whatever time it might be. We've probably got some night owls out there, so
Yeah, well, you can
morning
listen to
people.
this anytime.
Anytime. All the
Whenever.
time.
You can listen whenever you want. And actually, I want to say thank you to the 100 listeners and downloads we've got over the last week or two. There's 100 of you, and we love each and every one of you. Thank you so much for your support. We're dropping a new vodcast. Please subscribe to our YouTube if you haven't already. If you do, hurry over there. The first 20 subscribers, drop us a message, and we'll send you a free bag of coffee just for subscribing to our YouTube.
Absolutely. Run it.
Can't beat that free coffee, right? Also, big news. Merch is on the way. Yeah, we're going to be dropping beanies and dad hats and coffee mugs on all of you very soon.
So, are they called dad hats or are they baseball caps?
Well, there's a certain fabric that makes it a dad hat that's like a flop. I need to drink some more whiskey. I am all over the place. All right, Jordan, give me that joint. You take over for a moment.
What do we got going on the show today? We were going to talk about croissants. Almond croissants versus hazelnut croissants?
It's
or
just a
chocolate
preference
croissants?
thing.
I think I'm an almond croissant guy, but
So I looked into it real quick. So chocolate croissants are an all-time favorite. Everybody knows a good chocolate croissant can just change your day. However, almond croissants are like more like a bear claw. I want to say, if for people who don't know, French croissant, it's like heavier. It's got like this taste to it, and I couldn't figure out why I'm so addicted to them lately. And I looked it up. In the syrup that they glaze, they put rum in it.
Yep.
And that gives it that rum cake taste almost with the almonds, the shaved almonds and the almond syrup. You put it all together and you got like the best tasting thing. My mouth's watering right now.
I think almond might be my favorite kind of nut.
It's honestly, it makes good food, good soap, good candles.
That's right.
Good milk,
Good
almond milk.
Good milk.
Well, it's not real milk, but it's really good. Whatever. Almond drink.
Good juice.
It's like purple drink. Almond drink. It says that on the side of the carton. I looked at it.
It does.
Yeah, it's not almond milk, technically.
Plant-based beverage.
All right, Silk. Your almond drink's pretty good. But yeah, I brought up croissants because there's a wonderful French bakery here in downtown Detroit, and I've just, started to realize that I'm addicted to these almond croissants and their chocolate croissants. We'll dive into this a little bit more, but right now, we wanted to bring you to a new section that's going to be, I hope, is going to be really exciting for multiple reasons.
Yeah, Josh was really, really excited about this one. He's been wanting to do it since we started.
Oh, have I?
No, maybe like 2 days now. He's told me about it, but I like to exaggerate.
Well, it actually started with a personal journey, I guess. To bring it up, the new section. Let's do it. Right here, right now. How to hit on your barista with style.
Yeah, I like the with style at the end. That's good.
Yeah. And subheader is, quote unquote, don't be weird.
Yeah, weird.
Just don't be. Whatever. Just don't be weird to your barista if you're going to hit on her or him, or if they don't have a pronoun. It doesn't matter. Just if you're going to hit on them, don't be weird. Let's go into what that entails.
It's a lot of what goes into regular hitting on people.
Yeah, actually, but in a more controlled.
But you have to be you have to keep in mind. You might have to see this person regularly.
Yeah.
So if it doesn't go well,
it could actually mean okay. So yeah. So be prepared before you even do it and take the plunge and walk up and ask out your barista. Be prepared that if it doesn't go well, like even if A, they turn you down, or B, they go out with you and then it doesn't end well, be prepared to have to give up your favorite cafe. Be prepared to deal with getting ghosted. Be prepared for the aftermath.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you have to be.
Dating people that work at cafes or seeing people that work at cafes, the moment that y'all split up, now every time you walk into the cafe, all their coworkers are like, oh, Unless, unless y'all had a really cool thing. But again, we're just talking about hitting on people.
All right, so
and
let's.
Josh, I guess, wants to give some pointers.
Yeah, so we're going to rewind really quick right now, and I'm going to talk about how not to be weird before you even get there. Because first off, we wanted to preface it with the aftermath could be giving up your favorite cafe. However, it could go well. People, I'm sure, and if any listeners out there have stories of people who have created long-term relationships, successful relationships, between a customer and barista. It started out simple like we're talking about. That'd be cool to hear about a real love story. Anyway, I digress. We're going to first flirt it up. Number one, you need to flirt it up because you need to know if they're actually interested because there's a genuine amount of happiness that baristas and smiles that you're giving people coffee. So you want people to, you're friendly to people. And so they mistake friendliness for flirtiness. So you got to maybe compared to a normal situation, do a little extra flirting to reconnaissance. So you make sure they are actually possibly into you before you even do it.
Yeah.
A. B. Always be respectful.
Yes, and always being respectful, a huge part of that entails not being persistent.
I mean,
if someone says no or is not into it, they're very kind about it.
Maybe a second ask later, but not more. You can't, some people you get turned down once and you might ask again in a different fashion, kind of, later. But have some dignity here, people.
Yeah, if you're gonna go in, if you are gonna flirt with somebody that you see behind the counter every day, the person that serves you your coffee is one thing. If you're going to hit on them and they're not receptive, but you continue to come in and do it, you're now being a very bad customer.
No, if you're doing it in that way, and I've actually heard from friends who are baristas about that, that's technically sexually harassment.
Yes, I've worked at plenty of cafes. It's not.
Well, also, buddy, you know what? Whatever it's called or not, just take a hint.
Yeah.
Just old-fashioned. Just take a hint.
I think it's not too hard to gauge where people are at, but
some people's egos.
Maybe that's just me.
They can't take no for an answer. So yeah, I'm sure. Again, we're gonna I'm sure hear more about this. This section's gonna tie into barista horror stories somehow. I think because I could see this going bad. So I'm gonna move on to the third thing, which is read the room. If you're gonna actually ask out your barista and you think that there's a good chance that they might say yes, make sure that there's not a line of people behind you and you're gonna screw up their tips and screw up their make their day harder. Smoothly get in at the right time, read the room before you make a move.
Yes. I there's a story I have from back when I was working in Ypsilanti. A female coworker of mine was having a bad day. She was outside having a cigarette and she was kind of tearing up, had some things going on. It was at that moment that one of our customers decided that now was the time to ask her for her phone number.
Right now, throwing down the gauntlet.
And she came back inside and she was like, I don't know what just happened, but I was just so what that just seems very,
He didn't read the room.
Yeah.
Or the person.
Failure, yeah.
Read the person and the room.
Yeah.
If they're having a bad day, don't do it. Wait till they're...
you don't approach somebody who's a casual acquaintance of yours who's crying, outside, and you don't walk over and you're like, hey, I'd like to take you out sometime. What's your number?
Cheer you up. How about you go out with you look like a fun person.
That's really...
Let me wipe the tears off your face and let's start a relationship. No, I mean, maybe that's how it works for some people, but they must be really emo.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what it, but I mean, at a coffee shop, I would actually be... You know what? Coffee shops, this is why we love coffee. The culture and everything about it is so cool. So we already did this next point, which is be prepared for the aftermath. And if you do continue frequenting the establishment and they said no, or you went out and it just didn't work out, whether the breakup was good, easy, or whatever, make sure if you're going to keep going back there, just don't bring it up. Just act like everything's normal. Just go buy your coffee, sit down. You can still bring your company, do your work, use the Wi-Fi, get a bagel. I don't know. But don't make it weird. Yeah. And full circle here. Just, if you're going to hit on your barista, do it with style and don't be weird. And, read the room for sure because you don't want to embarrass yourself or affect their money because then your service in the future, even if it doesn't, you could be affecting how they make your latte.
That's true. That is also true.
Bring that full circle, right?
I got to say... From being a barista, I think my favorite way for customers to hit on me is to not say anything and put extra money in my tip jar.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that is the absolute.
I have done that.
That is the absolute best way that you could.
A lot.
You know.
A lot. Why is that such? But see, they don't always know. It could just be like you're feeling good and you're just gonna throw out tip money. Like,
Oh yeah.
do you like write a letter or like write a little love note on the $1 bill or $2? You know.
No, I just I don't like being hit on.
Did you ever
while I'm
hear
at
that
work.
theory about the $2 bill being a bartender thing, where they like if you get a $2 bill, it's because someone's into you?
No, I did not know.
Yeah. Hey, if anyone else has experienced this, people in the industry, in the serving industry, I've heard, and I wonder in the coffee industry if it
I've gotten
actually.
a lot of $2 bills as tips.
That's what I'm trying to say. There's a reason you got a $2 bill. Who carries $2 bills?
Most of the time, people say, "I've got this $2 bill and I don't want it."
Really?
Yeah.
We're Googling it. I don't like. What is the point of a $2 bill? I don't know. Maybe this is just a theory. I didn't know about this. It doesn't seem to be a thing on there. But yeah, they're not really worth keeping. Apparently, they're not actually that valuable. So
What are they worth? About $2?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure.
There are roughly 1.2 billion $2 bills in circulation right now, so they're not that rare. I mean, there's like
That's
8
only
billion people. There's 1.2 billion $2 bills.
Yeah, but that's only.
It's a 1 in 8 chance you have one.
Yeah, but that's only 2.4 billion actual dollars in circulation, in $2 bills.
Oh, Mr. Math.
You just
You
doubled
know
it,
I'm
bro.
bad at math.
It's times 2.
Dude, I got a C in college math. Went to art school.
You do our numbers.
Don't numbers
You
me.
do our numbers, man. You're my numbers
I've
guy.
told you this is a weakness in our establishment, in our arrangement.
Unbelievable.
All right, we're moving on. Josh is bad at math.
He's not that bad at math. He's playing.
I honestly don't know how we got on $2 bills, but
We're talking about hitting on
Oh,
your
yeah, let's
baristas.
wrap that up real quick. So anyway, if you are going to hit on your barista, don't be weird. I'm going to say that I have both successfully and drastically failed at hitting on my barista. So I have actually successfully done that following these guidelines. They work. I did this over the course of a year or more, and it works, but it has also not worked really badly. So I've gotten numbers, given numbers, and thought people in general were vibing. And you know what? Sometimes it's just the caffeine talking. It's what I learned the hard way. We're all kind of caffeine addicts hanging out at the local dealer.
Pretty much.
Yeah, right? So, I mean, be careful when you're out there, people. Be safe, stay safe, but just don't be weird. Moving on. What's our last and most exciting section for the day?
We are reviewing a pour-over coffee system called the Kajava Mama.
I love saying. Can we say that again? Kajava Mama.
Yes, the Kajava Mama.
The ceramic
my
pour-over
favorite thing.
coffee dripper.
My favorite thing about this, let me just say,
Well, could you describe it for the people?
it looks just like a Hario V60. Exactly like a Hario V60.
It's beautiful.
Except that it's thicker
It's
in every
substantially.
spot.
She thick.
Not unproportionally. It is a proportional model of a Hario V60 with a slightly thicker mold. My favorite thing, though, is that it's available in, 9 colors, including patterns?
Yeah, so we're looking at, so the Kajava Mama, which is available on Amazon right now for $14.99, which is a good price point, another song feature, is available in these awesome colors for all of you. Really pay attention to this. It comes in black, brown, white, leopard print, stars and stripes, pink, which we bought. It's really a good old 50s diner.
It's a nice a nice shade of pink.
If you've seen our Spotify tag for this show, it's like that pink. So
Yes.
yeah, it's beautiful. So anyway, it also comes in a pink camo.
Yes.
Ladies,
Pink
hunters,
camo.
lady hunters out there, get it to match your awesome pink camo pistol.
Any hunter out there.
Have you seen those though? Those are
Oh,
crazy
yeah.
cool looking pink camo guns. Anyway, I don't hunt. Anyway, that's a whole nother story for another show. It also comes in cherry red. So you have a lot of options which make it really cool. It's thicker than your V60. We have a V60 right here next to it. Here, hold them in your hands. What's the difference?
Well, I'd say that the Kajava Mama probably weighs twice the amount of the V60.
Is that a good or a bad thing?
I kind of like
And a
it.
pour over.
I kind of like it.
I honestly
I don't really think that the weight of the vessel is really
makes any actual scientific like difference in
Yeah.
the pour over.
Yeah.
I don't either. But it is nice.
The one thing that is different about them is the hole in the bottom. The hole that lets the coffee through.
Okay, so let me
In
see
the
this.
Kajava Mama, it is a complete smooth circle,
Huh.
whereas in the Hario, the ridges in the sides on the inside go all the way down and form the edges of the hole, making like a star pattern.
Okay.
The Kajava Mama does, for some reason,
The diameter is the same.
the diameter is exactly the same.
Yeah. But I've used them both quite extensively, and I think the cup of coffee is completely comparable. And for $10 less, because that V60 is priced at ceramic V60. We're talking about the ceramic V60 pour over
Yes.
dripper and the Kajava Mama ceramic pour over drippers. They are $10 apart. So you have $24.99 for an actual Hario V60 and a $14.99 Amazon Prime for Kajava Mama with a lot of color options. It's a little heavier, a little thicker, but honestly, if you're trying to get something, you know, like we're talking about getting a setup here on a budget, you know, you can shave $10 off of your whole setup and get this pour over, and you'll be really happy. We're gonna give it 4 out of 5 stars, and tell everyone to, you know, go and check them out. Kajava Mama, Amazon Prime, and it uses. Oh, one last note. It uses the V02 filters, which are the same as the normal V60 filters. It also comes in a 1 cup or 2 cup size.
Yeah.
We got the 2 cup. I would highly recommend the 2 cup. It's perfect, and it's worth $14.99, and it might get there in like 2 days if you do it right now. I think that is our show. Do you have anything else to tell anyone? Any shout outs?
No, again, I'm just really hype on the 100 listeners. I'm kind of looking forward to.
Still.
I'm
All right, we're going to
kinda-
thank you again, 100 listeners, as
Kind of
well
looking
as.
forward to getting to 1,000.
I know, it's growing every
gonna be
day.
cool.
And of course, that's only talking about the RSS feed. We're talking about on things, syndicated on those RSS feeds. But we're talking about our YouTube channel now. Head over there, subscribe, get on that. New videos a couple times a month. And yeah, we're really, really thankful for all of you. And we want to, tell you all that. Stay caffeinated and carry on.
And
Remember that it is
always time for a cup of coffee. It's always a great time for a cup of coffee. You should go have a cup of coffee right now.
You really fucked that one up, man. Hey, where's that joint?